This thing is on, right? Alas, the day has come. I don't know if you can tell if you're a frequent listener or maybe this is your first time here. If so, welcome. Uh, Things are starting to get a little better. Not that things were bad. I'm just not doing good at phrasing things right now. But anyway, I got a new microphone, y'all. So hopefully it sounds better than the other one that I was using prior. This is my first. Like, I've been testing it out and playing with it because, like, I can change. Like, I can make it sound a little echoey, but I haven't played around enough. I haven't played around with it enough to know, like, exactly what it sounds like when I turn the knob, you know? But yeah, I got a new microphone, so now you might still hear me fidgeting around with the mic, but that's because I just don't know. I don't know what to do with my hands sometimes, and it's like a little bit of an issue. I like fidget around with my hands a lot. I even have a fidget ring. Like, I have a ring that spins around. It has butterflies on it. She's so cute. I used to have a different one that had, I believe it was crescent moons, and I don't know if it was suns, if it was a pattern of crescent moons and suns or crescent moons and stars, because it's blinking right now. I'd have to like look at an old picture or look at my order history to find it, but either way, I had one and I used to wear it on my thumb, my left thumb, all the time. It was part of my everyday collection. And I don't know what happened, but I noticed that the metal had split on the metal piece that would spin around that had the moon and stars or suns on it. And so the part where it was like welded together came undone. And I still have it. It just sits in a drawer. I told myself I was going to bring it to a jeweler to see if they could fix it, but I just never got around to it. Granted, that did happen around the height of COVID. So it became like one of those things that's like, it's not necessary right now. So I'll just put it on the back burner. And it was on the back burner so long that I forgot about it and she's burnt. I mean, not burnt enough to have to throw away and never look at it again. But um, she's just set to the side for now. She's a little side project. At least that's how I would phrase it. But I do miss her. But anyway, why did I start talking about that? Because I fidget a lot. So I'm sorry if I do end up like playing around with the mic a little bit and you can hear it. Because I like to fidget. Maybe. Can I do something frequently and not like it? Yes. Like going to work, for example. uh, but no, seriously. I tend to fidget a lot. I like to move my hands a lot. I'm very animated when I talk too, especially when I'm excited. I try to contain myself when I am recording on here, so sometimes like I want to exclaim and make weird or silly noises and sounds, but I like kind of hold it in. And so instead of like laughing aloud, sometimes I'll like do like a little or like a little like just holding it back, you know? And hello. Sorry, I heard a strange sound and I got a little concerned slash distracted. Oh. There's nothing like a good transition song. Sorry, that feels kind of random, but considering that I just sang like a little transition song from Big Time Rush, I'm sure you can pick up what I'm putting down, but like the Hannah Montana transition songs, for example, those go hard. Yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Ooh, oh, 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 ooh, oh, 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 yeah. I mean, like, come on. Who are we kidding here? I don't really watch TV too much, so I don't really remember. Like, I don't. I was gonna say I don't remember many transition songs, which is true. Like, aside from like the Big Time Rush and the Hannah Montana one, I like I can't think of any others at the moment. What other transition song? What other shows have like transition music like that? None that I can think of at the moment. Like, at least none with vocals. Because I know that a lot of shows will have like instrumental, like, I don't know what the correct term is. Transitions? Instrumental transitions from scene to scene, as opposed to like the vocals of the people in the show or movie, whatever. I feel like I had another point that I wanted to get to before I started rambling about this. Me and my fidgety, me and my fidgety self. Yeah, I did want to say something about that, but I can't remember what. This is like a repeat of the previous episode, which is um very messy. I'm so sorry. Like, I haven't even listened to it back, but thinking about when I was recording, it was messy. It was windy. There were cars, a lot of cars passing by. So it was very noisy. And I was just very much all over the place. I feel like a lot of my thoughts were, I don't want to say open ended, but more like unfinished. Like, I would start a thought, start a statement, but then that statement would somehow get sidetracked by something else that I thought of in my mind, and the cycle just kept repeating and repeating and repeating. Me thinking about something and then trailing off halfway through, and then thinking about something else and trailing off halfway through, and so on and so forth. So I'm sorry for that because I definitely do remember, but I couldn't. There's no way I could tell you word for word, bar for bar what I said last episode, but I know I was talking about a bunch of random stuff. Anything and everything that comes to mind, just like I say in the intro. But speaking of, I actually haven't even said my intro yet, so why don't we get on into that, huh? Hello, 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 and welcome to Kaylin's Corner. I'm your host, Kaylin, and this is my corner of the internet, where I talk about everything and any. Oh my goodness, I fumbled the intro! Sorry. My intros are not pre recorded. I do say them with every passing episode. So that's why they come on at different times, because I'm not like a TV show where you'll get the intro within the first like 5 minutes. You'll get the intro when I say you get the intro. Okay? Anyway, my bad. That was very silly and low key, like aggressive, but I'm just playing around. I'm being a little silly. I don't know. I'm kind of excited and also nervous because I'm excited because I finally have a new microphone, and I'm hoping that the audio quality is going to be better. But I'm nervous because I'm not 100% sure. While I have been taking tests and things, I don't know how it's gonna do for like the extended amount of time, because sometimes things are good at first and then not so good later, but only time will tell. But yes. Anyway, let me let me re-say the intro because I didn't really like the way I said it the first time. Hello, 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 and welcome to Kaylin's Corner. I'm your host, Kaylin, and this is my corner of the internet, where I talk about anything and everything that comes to mind. Thank you for joining me, and I hope this finds you well. If not, I hope your day gets better because there's always something to be on the bright side of. Does that make sense? Damn. I was trying to transition out of the intro with like a positive, maybe not a positive quote, but just like, I don't know, something good, something nice. Because I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this in a previous episode, but I don't really know how to transition from my intro to just like podcast conversation. You know, like, thank you for joining me, and I hope this finds you well. Now what? Because it's not like I can pivot the conversation to someone else for them to take over. You know, it's just me talking to myself. So it's like, thank you for joining me. I hope this finds you well. If not, oh, that fucking sucks. But I would like to, I don't know, acknowledge both sides. Like, I hope you're doing well. If you're not doing well, I hope your day gets better. But even from there, where do we go? What do we say? 'Cause it's just about what's on my brain. Bars. But there isn't really anything on my brain after I say the intro. Besides, like, oh shit, how am I going to transition out of the intro? You know? But I will say, though, I'm fucking tired of getting scam calls and spam calls. This shit's fucking annoying. Sometimes I pick them up and there's actually another person on the line, but they're looking for somebody else. So I'm not sure if someone is just giving out the wrong number on purpose because they're trying to hide from their ops, or if someone hates me and is giving out my number with somebody else's name so I can get a bunch of spam calls. I don't know. And I'm sure that there's other possibilities out there as well, but those are the ones that are coming to my mind right now. So that's all I'm gonna say, because I can conspirize. I can think of conspiracies all day long. Trust me, but I'd rather not. But either way, is this an issue for anyone else? Because it's an issue for me, and I'm not a fan. I will say, like, I was gonna say I'm not a fan of phone calls in general, but I do like to yap. So I wouldn't say that's true. However, an influx of phone calls that are not, I was gonna say not real, not productive, not real. Very frustrating. At least for me, because I get them a lot while I'm at work, and sometimes I actually do get phone calls at work from like family members and whatnot. So it's like, oh, who's calling me now? Hope everyone's okay. What's going on? You know? And then I go and I look at my phone or my watch or whatever to see the caller ID, and it's a fucking scam likely call. Why? Get out of my phone, please. I don't need this right now. Go away. Or sometimes it'll just be like a phone number, no caller ID, and it'll be the same area code. That shit is always like sus to me because it's like, I haven't given out my number. What's going on here? And so sometimes I'll like pick it up to see, I don't know. And it'll be dead silent. So I hang that shit up. The fuck? If you're not gonna talk, don't call me. The fuck? I'm sorry, but that shit pisses me off. Cause what was the point? I said hello. You didn't say anything back. I'll say hello again, and if you still don't say anything back, I'm gonna hang up. What's the point of me being on the phone to talk to myself? That's what I have a podcast for. If you want to hear me talk, listen to my podcast. Don't fucking call me and not say anything. That's what the podcast is for. So you can listen to me. But if you do have something to say to me, and you want to have a conversation, then call me. Sure, fine. But like, if not, that's what the podcast is for, guys. Just listen. I post once a week or try to. Yeah, but thank you for coming to my TED Talk and listening to me rant about the silly, goofy spam calls. I feel like they've increased due to the lack of net neutrality. This could just be me saying shit, putting stuff into the air. I don't know. This is all a conspiracy. I have done no research. I'm just yapping. I don't know why, but I remember because this happened while I was in high school. Like the whole net neutrality thing was like it was uh it was like a discussion, a topic of discussion. And I remember we had like a speaker come in one day while I was in high school. And they kind of knew about that stuff, but at the time, my voice had randomly gone away. Like it was so weird. Like my voice was real scratchy. It was like the day after a concert. Like I was singing my heart out, like for real. Like no voice left. But I hadn't done anything crazy. I just my voice sounded real nasty, real scratchy. So I didn't really want to speak. Well, first of all, I'm not really much of a public speaker anyway. Like, I'm not the gal, or I wasn't really the gal to raise my hand in class and give answers. I did at some point in my life, but eventually an event happened and I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I don't need to participate in class. Sometimes I'll participate with like eye contact. Like, I'll look at the teacher and I'll like mouth answers aloud when they ask the class questions. So if we happen to be making eye contact in that moment, they'll know that I'm paying attention. But sometimes it backfires on me because they'll look at me, point at me, and be like, "Can you say that again, but louder to the whole for the whole class, so the whole class can hear?" God, English? Do you know her? Because I don't apparently. Excuse me. But where was I even going with this? I was just fucking yapping. Oh, high school, the net neutrality thing. Yeah, so I wasn't ever really one to speak up aloud in class. So we had a speaker come in and I went, it wasn't like a whole school thing. It was like certain students, I guess. I think it was if you took like a certain class or something. Beats me. I don't remember. But I remember that being like a concern of mine then. Like what's gonna happen, where are things gonna go from here? Because it's not excuse me. The internet is a little scary enough if you think about it enough. You know? At least to me. Like things on the internet don't really die. Like they can quote unquote wipe it from the internet, but somebody somewhere could still have it and you don't even know because there's so many people out there, so many electronic devices, and things are just saved. Like I have memes on my phone from 2014. I'm pretty sure anyway. I have memes on my phone from 2016. That I know for sure. My gallery goes pretty far back. Pictures of people I was friends with at the time during that era that I've never even met in real life. So, it's like me knowing that and experiencing things that I have experienced. It's like, whoa, what's gonna happen now? There's already a lot of stuff on the internet and it can be a little crazy scary. But now, look at the internet now. You got AI everywhere. You don't know what's real and what's not. Pictures, videos, posts, even just curated by AI and technology. Modern technology does have its purposes and it's pretty cool, if I do say so myself. However, it can also be a little bit scary. Like, what do you mean a computer just made this video of puppies running in the grass? Hello? What's going on here? Why does it look so realistic? I mean, if you look at it enough times, you can tell, like, the sequence is just too like too perfect almost. Or like it'll either be too perfect or there will be something so off about it, dead in your face. Like, why does this puppy have three nostrils? What are the odds? You know? But anyway, I wonder if net neutrality has anything to do with the influx of spam calls. Is basically what I was getting at. So at least that thought is closed, finished. That's the whole reason why I even brought up the net neutrality high school thing, because I wonder if it has anything to do with spam calls. Because, yeah, it, I don't know, something about it, for some reason in my brain, it like connects. There's like a little string attached. It's not a major string, but like, I don't know, correlation doesn't equal causation, but I do feel like there could be a correlation between the two. I'm just kind of, I don't know, asking, talking to the abyss. Could I go and fact check it myself? Of course! Of course! We know I love to fact check, but right now, it's not a rabbit hole that I really want to get into, despite it bothering me. And I think, you know what? While I'm here, this is also an issue for a lot of people. Like, we know what's wrong, but we don't want to do anything about it. Like, we're lazy. Like, maybe I shouldn't say we. Maybe I should just say me, because I'm really just talking about myself. But this is something that I've always known about myself. Like, I know what my problems are. I just choose not to do anything about it sometimes. Sometimes the answer is so clear, dead in my face. Sometimes I really, 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 really don't happen to notice it. And other times I kind of just walk past it. And that's why I'm so good at ignoring things and people. You can be sitting right next to me and I won't hear a word that you're saying. Don't test me. I don't have to listen to you because I have other things I can hear right now. I will play the Shrek movie in my head right now. Don't even fucking play with me. I don't want to listen to you. That sounds pretty fucked up. That's not something that I've ever done before, by the way. This is just me curating like weird random scenarios. Like, you're pissing me the fuck off. Don't make me watch the Shrek movie in my head. Yo, that's crazy. I'm about to watch the Shrek movie in my head. Don't piss me the fuck off. I think in the other, damn, can't even think of the word right now. Shit. In the other order, I'm about to watch. No, you're pissing me the fuck off right now. Don't make me watch a Shrek movie in my head. I think that sounds funnier than I'm about to watch a Shrek movie in my head. Don't piss me the fuck off right now. Yeah, because it sounds a little weirder because it makes it sound like you already planned on watching the Shrek movie in your head. Not like they're making you mad, so you're gonna ignore them by watching the Shrek movie in your head. You know? I don't know if that's something that I would be able to do, actually. Maybe mostly because I haven't seen the Shrek movie in a long time, but I don't think I could watch the whole thing in my head, like front to back, beginning, middle to end. But I'm sure ooh, excuse me. I'm sure there was a time in which I was able to, because I've mentioned this before, but I used to have movies on DVD, and Shrek was one of them. Being that I used to be a child who would watch movies on DVD, I would watch them on loop very frequently, and Shrek was just so happened to be one of those movies. I used to watch Shrek so often that I would act out the scenes while it was playing and I was watching it. But I was just a girl. I was just having a good old fun old time. This is also based off of what family members have told me. Like, I don't really have recollection of this myself personally. But it could also be because I was so embarrassed about it once I realized what I was doing that I blocked out the memories from my mind. This is just the hypothesis anyway. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, Shrek was one of those movies that I used to watch very frequently, so I kind of had the script in my head on lock. Like, hello. If I'm watching it that often, I might as well memorize the script. Like, what's the point? Like, what are you watching it for? So, yeah. And I'm sure with that being said, there was a time that I would have been able to just watch the Shrek movie in my head, or at least listen to it, like soundtrack and all. Shrek has a really good soundtrack, by the way. I'm sure this is something that we already knew, but like, let's be for real. It's true. And if you think otherwise, I'm sorry that your taste is not up to par. That's all I gotta say about that, actually. But yeah, that's. You're pissing me the fuck off right now. I'm gonna watch a Shrek movie in my head if you don't stop. That's what I thought. I. So anyway, like I was saying, I don't know. Why would you even say that? Like, in what instance are you even able to, like, shut down mid argument and then start watching the Shrek movie in your head? Who would even think to do that? Maybe just me. Perhaps just to me. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. But that's if I could remember everything. I know everybody loves Shrek 2, and like, whenever Shrek is spoken of, the second movie is always like the go-to favorite, like the best. And while I do agree that Shrek 2 is really, 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 really good, I think the first one just holds a special place in my heart. I don't know. Maybe it's because of all the acting that I did side by side in front of the TV growing up. Yeah. They should have made me a little actress. Can you imagine me an actress? Hmm. Voice acting is something I thought about doing recently. And I think I did mention this before. Now that I have a new mic, I think it is definitely something that I'm gonna take into deeper consideration and actually put a little bit of effort into it because I have good ideas sometimes, but I don't always go through with them. I don't always take action towards these ideas, so they don't always work out in the best way. But time for new opportunities now, it seems. I think it'd be kind of cool. Although I don't have any type of experience with it, so I feel like I need a good amount of training, per se. Training, education, just practice. Practice, practice, practice. I heard a good way to practice, like, voice acting and like narration is to just pick up a book, open it to a random page, and then read it aloud. Well, read it aloud to yourself and record yourself reading it aloud and then play it back, listen to it, and then reread it aloud, but with some changes. Like, like pay attention to, like, take notes kind of thing while you're listening back to you reading it aloud. Jeez. Take notes as you're listening back to yourself, and then based on those notes, reread the same page with those changes. And then, like, you do that a couple times a day for a year. Excuse me. And you'll have improved a lot. At least that's what the video said. Definitely something worth doing. But where are the books in this house? I don't know. I don't know. I used to be a bookworm growing up, though, in school. I've definitely talked about this because the Magic Treehouse. Yeah, I definitely remember talking about this. I could read. I used to read one of those books a day. I used to be in the library every day, bro. Every day. The one at school, the public library. Yeah, I used to be in the library. But now, I'm not really much of a reader, although I will say I definitely do. I definitely could use a book or two. I feel like my brain is rotting. Even, I don't know if I mentioned this, but like I noticed that I low-key forgot how to tell time on a clock because I've gotten so used to just seeing the numbers either on my screen or on my watch. So I decided to switch the face of my watch from like the digital clock with the numbers to the, is it called an analog clock? Or is analog clock the digital clock? I don't know. It's like a regular clock with the hands now. It doesn't have the tick marks and the numbers to tell you like the hour and whatever. But it has worked. Although sometimes I look at it and I like let out a huff puff and sigh because it's like I gotta use my brain just to tell the time. But I mean, if you don't use your brain, it's just gonna turn to mush. And if you want to live for a long time, you're gonna want to take care of your brain because once your brain goes, everything else does too. Because your brain is really the communicator between your organs and the information around you. Because you see with your eyes, and then your brain translates that stuff to your body, so you can act accordingly. You know, you're not gonna run from a fire if you don't see it, or smell it, or hear it in the vicinity. Because you're not gonna taste it, hear, see, smell, or feel it. Because you're not gonna taste it. Taste the fire. There's a fire down the street. I can taste it. It tastes like there's a fire down the road. That'd be like a funny little comic, in my opinion. Like someone who's a firefighter, but they sense that a fire is coming through like the taste in the atmosphere kind of thing. I think that'd be a little silly, a little quirky. I don't know if it's enough for that, but it's like a baseline idea, perhaps. I can taste the fire. And 2 out of 5 times, it's just someone having a barbecue. But those other three out of 5 times, it's legit. So it's like, shit, the odds are so close, they might as well just go every time. And when they do go, and it's just a barbecue, they get free food anyway. But then, while they're enjoying themselves at said barbecue, there's actually a fire. Not from the barbecue that they're at, but sir can taste the barbecue just a couple blocks over. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. What would the character's name be? I feel like it would be a man for some reason. But what would the character's name be? It would have to be something like punny, silly, funny to go with like the obscurity that is tasting a fire nearby. The sparks are flying. There's a fire a couple blocks over. I can taste it. I can taste the sparks flying. 4th of July is a crazy day for him. Because, of course, this is going to take place in America. Where else am I going to have it take place? I don't know anything else. Interesting concept to build off, perhaps. Probably could be tweaked with a couple things to be made better, but it's the skeleton. Gotta add the meat and organs to it later. Perhaps, perhaps. I don't know. Although I did want to read some Am I the Asshole posts. Or like, I don't know. Oh shit. Oh shit. Damn. What? Damn. Nar. People, I wish you could see my facial expression right now because what? And he went back for what the hell is going on? Okay, so just scrolling on Reddit. There's a post under public freakout that reads, "Man completely loses it after woman pokes fun at him while dining at restaurant." And the video, it's the woman recording herself. So I'm not sure what the context is. And actually, I didn't even listen to the video because I'm recording and I know that if I click on it by accident, I'm gonna stop the recording. So I'm trying my best to just watch and not click on it and fuck shit up. But the woman's recording herself, so for me, in my eyes and my POV, she could either be doing it for her safety, because I'm not 100% sure what the circumstances are, or she knows what she's doing and she's trying to get like some traction and in being like a gross, disgusting human, and being rude. But she's sitting down at a restaurant, like dining in by herself, the camera facing her, and then there's people behind her you can't really see at first because she's in view of them, like she's blocking the people behind her. And then all of a sudden this guy just comes into frame, fucking beating on her, hitting her in the face, and she's like tucking herself towards the wall and covering her face, but then he just keeps on going in and beating on her. And then he like stops for a second, steps away, and she's like slowly starts to get up, and then he spits on her and starts beating on her again. Like, damn, homie. Like, first of all, violence is just not. If you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to hit you first either. Like, I don't really see the need to be so violent, you know? But anyway, that man surely did lose it. Like, after woman pokes fun at him while dining at restaurant. I don't know, man. It's just not worth it to me. Putting your hands on somebody else because your ego got hurt. Get it together, bro. Get it together. Like, you don't have to react. You don't have to react. Even if your feelings are hurt. And it's much easier said than done. That I know for sure. However, beating on her and then spitting on her, I don't know. Just, I don't know. It couldn't be me, is what I am basically getting at here. It couldn't be me. Because, I don't know. Me, if I don't know. I'll talk my shit in my head. I don't need to say anything aloud. For what? Not only that, but like, how necessary is it to say it aloud to the person? Like, are you trying to help them, or are you just saying shit to say shit and hurt their feelings and get a reaction out of them? Because it's different. Hurting and helping, two different things. Two different things. And it's very obvious to tell apart. Even if you can manipulate your way into making one seem like the other and vice versa, That doesn't mean there aren't people who can see through the bullshit. People can see through the bullshit. But that was outrageous. Oh my god, he just kept on going. It didn't look like he was hitting her like too hard. Honestly, he didn't look like he was that strong. Not to like comment on his body and whatnot. But I don't know. But still, I'd be get it. But like, I want to know what she said that made him so upset. I will link it. Yeah, he started slapping her in the face. Oh my god. And he spit in her face. Then he grabbed something off the table. And it's still recording. And then boom, he starts smacking her again. Damn. I want to listen to it so bad, but I don't think I'll be able to listen to it and it'll still be recording. Bro, but like the rage in his face, you can tell like he had enough. And someone's like pulling him away. There's a woman pulling him away. He grabs his phone off the table. Bro, he literally spit on her. I would have been fuming. Do not spit on me. Biological warfare. Ew. She just sat there and took it because she knew what she did. She knew what she did, and she was recording. It was just her. It's not like it was somebody else recording her. Like someone that was with her was recording for her. She was there by herself. It looked like, and she was recording herself. And she kind of got what she deserved, perhaps, because it says that she was poking fun at him. So, you know, if you can't take what you serve, don't serve it. Because, hello, it comes back to you. Even if it's not right away, it comes back to you. Don't forget. Don't forget. But let's... What? Okay, sorry. I wanted to read a Am I the Asshole post today, so that's why I'm on Reddit, as I have said before. I just keep on explaining myself as if I haven't been recording the whole time. So sometimes I feel like I'm talking as if I'm speaking to a toddler or something, or just like someone who doesn't understand. And I feel like it can come off as like annoying or what's the word I'm like belittling almost. But then again, like you can only hear me, so I feel like it's good for me to explain what I'm doing. I don't know. I'm still figuring this out, the whole podcast thing. Like I don't know what's really more favorable for the listener, you know. But anyway, I'm on here. There I was. Barbecue sauce on my titties. If you know, you know. R.I.P. Vine. But anyway, here I'm here on the Am I the Asshole subreddit. And I'm just gonna read the title for y'all. It reads, Am I the asshole for crying when my BF told me I was, quote, too wet? This is NSFW, so if you're not 18 plus, you're not allowed to hear it. Goodbye. Anyway, it's not too long, but I haven't read it yet, so you might get my live reaction. So I'm sorry for the pauses in advance. I feel a bit dumb. Sorry, that's how I feel right now. Because the last time I tried to read these, it didn't go so well. But anyway, we're working through it. We're working through it. Anyway. Am I the asshole for crying when my BF told me I was too wet? I feel a bit dumb having to post this, but it's been bothering me for so long, and I don't really have a friend to talk about this with. At least not a friend who would understand. Aww. So I, 21F, have been with my BF, M26, for 11 months. Ooh. Girl, are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure? M26. Okay. Should I finish reading this and then give my comments? Or should I give my comments and then finish reading this? I'll finish reading it and then I'll give my comments because I feel like I can ramble for a little bit and I don't want to get too sidetracked from the entire story. Anyway, so I, F21, have been with my BF M26 for 11 months. Before him, I had never had a BF or had slept over. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Because I don't know how to fucking. I do know how to read. I just need to take my time. It's okay. So I, F21, have been with my BF M26 for 11 months. Before him, I had never had a BF or had slept with anyone before. Because of this, I was kind of shy when we first started to have sex. My BF really stressed the importance of being honest and open with him, and he kind of made me share my likes and dislikes with him. While it was embarrassing at the time, I do appreciate it because I wouldn't have done it otherwise. Anyway, all of that to say that he has literally ingrained in me to ask for what I want if I want it. I enjoy giving him oral a lot, so I would always ask and always get a resounding yes. A few days ago, we were kissing, and I asked him if he could please go down on me that day. He has before, and I really like it, but I have to be really in the right state of mind, lol. And I was. My BF said yes, but as soon as he was down there, he said no. I said why, and he was such an asshole when he answered. He was like grossed out and told me I was quote unquote too wet. I was so embarrassed and upset when he said this that I just didn't want to have sex anymore. It was the tone of voice he used, too. He was grossed out. I felt gross. We usually have to use lube, so I think he was used to me being more dry. I'm not sure. Anyway, it made me really insecure and I ended up crying. I know that's quite dramatic, but I've never been straight up rejected like that. My BF got super annoyed with me and told me I was being a drama queen and an asshole about it because I didn't want to have sex again after that. Am I the asshole for not wanting to continue? Was I being dramatic? Is being too wet a turnoff I just didn't know about? That's the end of the post. And here comes my commentary because I sure do have a lot. First, the age gap. It's not crazy like 21 and 26. They've been dating for 11 months. So just about a year. So let's say she was 20 and he was 25. Like, I don't know. Like, there's something about it, like, it's just not giving. It's giving predator, actually. Even though it's not necessarily, like, a predatory thing. But, like, given the information that we have, we can assume that they were dating before she was even of age to drink. And I know 20 to 25, like, yes, technically you're both still adults, but, like, what do you have in common? How did you guys meet? This is also me, like, trying to probe a little deeper, maybe, into the whole scenario. Because, I don't know, sometimes age gaps, especially when the guy is older, throws me off. Because, like, okay, wait. Sorry. Like, I'm getting a little. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say emotional because I wouldn't necessarily say emotional is the right word, but I'm getting like a little worked up. Like this topic is getting me like a little eclectic. Ah, there's a word. And I don't want to say exciting because it's not necessarily exciting, but I don't know. Emotional, I guess, is what we'll say for now. But first of all, how? Well, that was the first point. The age gap is a little concerning for me, but I'll put that on the back burner. Point number two: how is your pussy too wet? Isn't it like the wetter the better? Anyway, if you want to just eat lube, just say that. What's stopping you? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. And like, grossed out. Like, if it tastes bad, okay, just say that. But too wet? Be fucking for real. Be fucking for real. You made her feel insecure for something that she doesn't have control over. That's natural. The wetter the better. How you gonna let him make you feel insecure? You're a baby in his mind, in his eyes, and like you are younger. You have less experience, especially given that you haven't had sex before him. It at least to me in my brain and my mind, this is how it comes across. Like he's kind of taking advantage of a younger woman who is old enough to make her own decisions, but is still fresh and new to the world, especially the world of adulthood and the world of like sex too. Like it seems like she doesn't really know too much. Or like maybe she knows stuff, but like she's learning a lot from him. There's nothing wrong with that per se, but also him making her feel bad for her pussy being wet. Be fucking for real. Like you're not gonna shame me for being too wet. If it's too much for you to handle, just say that. On to the next. That's crazy. That is crazy. Too wet? Too dry? Okay. There's a solution for that. Too wet? What do you want me to do? Go get a paper towel. You were doing your job, brother. I shouldn't say brother. Ew! You were doing your job, dude. Like, and now you're gonna complain? Be fucking for real. In conclusion, I don't think she's the asshole. I think he's the asshole. Cause too fucking wet? Are you kidding me? Like that's ideal circumstance. That's best case scenario. And you're getting upset? I'm getting upset thinking about how he's upset that it's too wet. How? How? Anyway, animated is the word I was looking for. I'm feeling very animated. I'm talking with my hands. I'm also looking at myself in the mirror, so maybe that's adding to it a little bit. I'm a little bit like excited, filled with emotion. Very animated right now. I can't get over how too wet. Is this real? Like, let's be for real. This post is from 2 days ago as of right now, but yeah, she's not the asshole. He's the asshole. That's a little bit weird. It could be fake, but just, I don't know. For my sanity, we're going to pretend that it is and just say that I think he's the asshole and not her. And I think that she might want to evaluate her relationship just a little bit more. There's nothing wrong with being sex positive and open and vocal about your sex life and all this and everything that comes with it, you know? But also, like, I don't know. Sometimes when guys are with girls that are younger than them like that, especially, like, she was 20 when they started dating. Oh, based on my math, based on my knowledge. Anyway, she could have just turned 21 for all we know. She could have been, wait, like it could have been like she had just turned 20 when they met, or like when they started dating, but they were 19 when she met him. I don't know. I think I'm thinking about it a little bit too much. Let's think about it for what it is. She's 21, he's 26. There's 5 years apart. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that. However, it doesn't sit well with me. And I will leave it at that because I don't really know what else to say to add to my case that I haven't already said. Now, let's get into the comments and see if I am agreeing with the people or if my opinion is different. First comment reads, not the asshole. your being quote unquote wet was a sign that you were turned on. Does he want you to be turned off? I had a BF who got really excited when I was really wet. He knew I meant I liked it. Yeah, yeah. The math is mathing. Why would he want it dry? Like, are you trying to start a campfire or something? I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, it just means you're doing your job, sir. How or why are you grossed out? Anyway. Also, yeah, that's another thing. Him getting mad that she didn't want to fuck after. You hurt my feelings and you still want me to put out? Be fucking for real. Be fucking for real. It's just not. How did you think that was gonna go? How did you think that was gonna go? Excuse me. No entiendo. No entiendo. Man, being wet is a gift. That was what somebody replied to the post. And it's true. Everything is a gift. Even if it doesn't really seem that way at first. Blessing in disguise. What else do the people have to say? Not the asshole by a long shot. How would he feel if you wanted to go down on him but said no when you saw he was too hard? Your BF either doesn't know what he is doing or doesn't actually like giving a woman oral. Ooh. Because that is the desired condition for engaging in that activity. It is perfectly valid to have a strong emotional response to someone you love rejecting something natural about your body, even if that rejection is based on a personal boundary or preference. He could have been much more careful with how he communicated that to you. I agree. That was very well said. There are a lot of people out there who can articulate very well, and I love to see it. I love to read it. I love to hear it. Because sometimes I know what I want to say, but I just don't know what words to use to say it. And sometimes I'll say things and I can feel that it's not exactly what I wanted to communicate, and it makes me cringe a little bit. And I'll have not this word, but something more like, and then if I can't get it, I'll get a little upset. Sometimes I will think of it later on, like I did with the word animated. That was the word I was thinking of earlier that I couldn't think of, and I was just saying emotional instead. But yeah. But yeah, I believe that was very well put. Could have said it better. Didn't have to be such a dickhead about it, really. But just keep doing your thing, girly pop. You're fine. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Maybe find a new boyfriend if that's the case. Like, if it, he'll be alright. You will too. Cause what do you mean it's too wet? My God, I can't get over that. I can't get over it. But anyway, with that being said, I'm going to end today's episode here. What did you think? Do you think that she was being the asshole? Or was he? Do you agree with me or not? It's okay if you don't. I just am curious what your perspective is. What's your point of view? Because I don't know, it seems rather silly if you ask me to be too wet. Like, be for real. Be so for real. Anyway, that's all I can say, really. I don't have anything else. But anyway, thank you for listening to this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Until next time, may you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.